go for the... Oh, yay!
I hadn't fully even started by the time you actually had said that, though, so it was like...
Oh, sorry. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh.
Oh, okay, I'm gonna die.
Also, that is an ominous way to start. No one's here.
Yeah.
Dun 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.
Ellipses.
Dun. Ellipses my ass.
Ellipses.
All right, let's start looking.
Actually, I just thought I should probably screen share with you once you're done promoing really fast.
Oh, you
and then
probably
start
should.
going. I was just thinking, oh, we'll start immediately because we probably have quite a bit to go, don't we?
I mean, I don't know if we've got quite a bit to do this, but like... I'm hurrying.
I know you are.
Trying to see where else I can promo my shelf.
Vi's just staring blankly at the screen. She is so emotionless most of the time.
She's waiting. She wants us to hurry up and finish, you know.
True, true.
I'm pretty much done. You can share the screen.
Okay. Share screen. Alrighty.
We'll go through the crew quarters and work our way toward the elevator. Got it?
Yeah.
You search rooms 1 and 2. I'll take 3 and 4.
Got it.
Meow.
Meow.
Yay, meow.
Alice. Luna. The most horrible thing about death is how it turns a person into a thing. It's a thing that looks like a friend, but it's not them anymore. Just a strange, cold shell, and every time you look at it, you feel that a little of that coldness creeping in around the edges of your soul. That is just some ominous shit just to bring up in the middle of a search for a bunch of living people. But I guess they were once living, and it was kind of recent. Seeing death puts a heavy ball of lead in your stomach that just sits there, poisoning you. Actually, now that I think about it, this feels like that one part in Coot in Coming Out on Top.
I wouldn't know
there's
because I don't
just
remember because we haven't played it in forever.
I know, but at one point, James is just sitting in front of a computer having a mild existential dread conversation with himself, and it's just kind of comical. Anyway, I turned and left the room.
No good.
Hey Nina, surprise, another day of coughing up my lungs. Aww.
No, I mean, firstly, yay, Nina's here. Second, oh no, she's coughing her lungs out. No.
Yeah. Actually, my sister recently was diagnosed with having a sinus infection and bronchitis.
And we're trying to keep him as far away from her as humanly possible.
Yeah, I'm generally staying away from her, and I'm making sure to wash my hands after I go downstairs into the kitchen. I know that Kylie's also making sure that she washes her hands, so like... Yeah!
Oh, stay safe, Pepe.
There's no one in 3 or 4. What about yours?
same. Nobody in them. Except Alice and Luna. Her face. The lead ball pressed against the inside of my abdomen. I leaned back against the wall and let out a long, weary sigh.
What's wrong?
Oh, jeez. Now all of a sudden she's super
You
close.
need to get it together. What are we doing right now?
Her lips didn't move this time, but okay. Looking for the others.
Right. I know how you feel, but sitting around being miserable isn't going to help anybody. Let's go.
Yeah, you're right. Mine's caused by exhaustion. I should be okay after rest. That's good.
You better. No, poor honey. It's okay, Nina. Yeah, you can relax. Just relax to it, guy's soothing voice.
Yeah.
And my insane one.
I was gonna say, and the sounds of the cast.
And the sounds of me going meow, meow.
Oh,
to make you feel better, because cats. Cats make everything better.
They often can. I turned and headed for the door at the far end. I heaved myself up off the wall and followed.
Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow. Meow, 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 meow.
Meow, meow.
Meow, meow, meow.
Meow, 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 meow. We can call this one the meow stream. Meow, 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 meow. Just reminds me of Meow Mix. Meow, 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 meow,
meow, meow, meow, meow. Okay. The first thing I felt was that strange cold sweat of terror. My stomach clenched in protest, pushing a wave of bile and nausea up my throat. The lead ball turned to ice. Wouldn't that be lighter? And my legs began... Well, I guess that would just make it feel like it's expanding. Ugh. And my legs began to tremble under its weight before they finally gave way and collapsed. They were dead. I could feel it in the moment. The moment I looked at them, but I didn't want to believe it.
Observation. I mean, like, I know that's stupid, but it's like that observation of, oh, they're dead. No, really.
Also, there's blood on his shirt. There's blood on her wrist. I mean, I guess now that I think about it, you would probably be bleeding a little bit from the needles, so like a red wrist would be understandable. But her finger is red. They couldn't be dead. They would kind of have to be, unless something freaking crazy happened, and they were able to withstand being penalized. Perhaps they were just sleeping. The cool, limp feel of their skin under my shaking fingers dashed any hope I had left. I wrapped a trembling hand around the end of the bed and hauled myself up onto it. Even when I closed my eyes, I could still see them. Ew. What's up with Phi then? Or is he just so self-absorbed with tremors and stuff that he can't think? My heart hammered away at my ribs, and my chest felt so tight I could barely breathe. I forced myself to take long, deep breaths. Finally, I opened my eyes.
They were in a blind spot.
What?
The security camera. Remember how we didn't see anything in the real-time feed in the security room?
Say that again?
I said I was going to bless. I blessed myself since a certain someone didn't.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I know you're not a gentleman.
Yeah. I guess the partition was in the way.
I hate the word partition. Well, I like the word partition, but it just makes me think of the Beyonce song.
Yeah, I know. Roll up the partition, please.
Just makes me feel like a slut. I mean, she knows how to do a song, but it's like it just makes me feel like a slut. It's a song that makes me feel like a slut. It is though.
That's
You can't tell me that song's not like Slutmageddon.
It's not that slutty.
Okay, I shouldn't say erotic then.
Yes, it is erotic.
Which makes you then turn into a slut.
Only if you're really doing it with a lot of different people.
I mean, you can't just be a slut with one person?
Depends on what extent or how you want to define slut in this context. Anyway, they're handcuffed together.
Yeah. Whoever did this really didn't want them going anywhere. The chain's been looped around the pipe below the sink.
They would have been trapped here when the doors closed. Why?
Look. See the red marks on their wrists? They were trying to get the handcuffs
Don't
off.
ignore my dirty jokes.
Say that. Alright, say your dirty joke again.
I didn't. I was just saying, why can't you hear me? Listen to me.
I'm sorry. It must be the game.
Might be, honestly, but I was saying that, I don't remember, you were like, how is a slut defined? And I was like, you should know.
Babe.
Yeah. Don't you,
But then again, that would also make you.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was implying. It doesn't just extend to one of us, Bab.
One of us. One of us. Oh my gosh. So, okay, sidetracked. Earlier today, I was going to run errands with my mom. We needed to get a new shower curtain. Shower curtain rod. The old one in the upstairs bathroom where I live broke. Its little like suction pad thing on one side is not sticking on it anymore.
We sure it just wasn't after months and months of like just shower sex.
Babe.
Yes?
Never done stuff in the shower. I don't expect my sister to have either.
Yes, but haven't you seen? I don't know. It just reminds you of that one sex tape that like they were having in the shower, and the bitch was like hanging on to the shower rod, and then it's just like.
Oh, that's pretty funny.
Really fucking funny. It's just like, oh yeah. Cool.
The porno beatdown is always so funny.
Yes.
Anyway,
story that is story. Keep going.
Something my mom said made me think of one of us. And then she said, "What is that?" And I was just surprised that she hadn't ever seen anything relating to One of Us or understood where that came from. Or that was a thing. Even if she didn't understand where it came from.
She doesn't really watch much TV, doesn't she? Unless it's like real, game shows.
My mom does watch a fair bit of TV. She watches mostly soap operas. She watches a number of movies, though. I'm kind of surprised that she wouldn't have seen it at least a few times.
It's more referenced in TV shows. It was originally done in a movie, but it's more referenced in TV shows.
True.
And the original where it was used was a 1930s movie.
Yeah.
Or even maybe even earlier, actually.
Oh.
It's a good movie, though.
What did we think of it as being called? Freaks?
I believe it was Freaks, or I forget. I'll have to look it up later. Nina will probably figure it out because she's always doing her, ooh, let me go look this up. I got it. I'm just like,
I mean, in this case, it's kind of helpful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I could do it, I'm just lazy.
And you're also distracted by the stream. So you're saying it wasn't one of them that did this?
Probably not.
There's a cut on Tenmyoji's left hand. It looks like it's probably from a knife or something similar. Must have been deep.
And the blood on his clothes probably came from that wound. I don't see any others, at least. If this was the only one, it doesn't look fatal. I don't think he died from this cut.
The penalty. You can almost see the needles, even. Ugh. When the primary doors closed, they couldn't get to them. The needles in their bracelets activated and...
Yeah. You can see the marks on their wrists from where they were injected. The tubocurarine must have killed them.
Do you think that's why they were handcuffed to the sink?
They wouldn't have been able to get through the white
No,
doors
I
without
just think
Quark.
they wanted to be
Someone
paired up
wanted to
together.
use the penalty to kill them. They didn't need to tie them up.
Like, you did, like,
Yeah, you've got a point. I mean,
really think
technically,
so.
unless they were able to miraculously find Quark, because you don't know where Quark is yet.
I think they just ask really dumb questions sometimes in this game. It's still a good game, don't get me wrong, but like, come on.
I
What's
take
wrong?
back what I just said.
You found something?
Yeah.
Phi bent down to pick something up and handed it to me. A cyan bracelet. This was Quark's! Whoa!
Correct. It has 9 BP too. There's no mistake.
This is Quark's bracelet. Okay, what is Quark's bracelet doing here? Wait, no, hold on. If Quark's bracelet is here, then that means...
Your heart stops. Your bracelet comes off.
Yeah, he died. No. No, this can't be happening. Not Quark.
Hey, Sigma, calm down.
Not
Just
Quark.
because his bracelet's off doesn't mean Quark's dead.
But
In fact, this could be good news. A ray of hope.
ray of hope?
Yeah. If Quark still had his bracelet on, then he would have ended up like Tenmyoji and Clover. But he's not wearing it. That means he might have managed to avoid getting injected with tubocurarine.
You mean the bracelet came off before the doors closed?
Yeah.
I mean, of course. That's impossible. Is it though? Zero Jr. told us they only come off when your heart stops or when you escape.
Maybe he got out then.
Right, he's got 9 BP. Wait, so you're saying he escaped, then came back and left his bracelet here? No, that's impossible too. Zero Jr. said the number 9 door only opens once. Even if he was able to get outside, he couldn't come back in.
Why do you have to be so pessimistic? Have you
She's
actually
asking
seen Quark
him
dead?
that?
Huh? You need to think positive, Sigma. Reality is what we believe it to be.
Like, honestly, why do you have to be so pessimistic? Well, if that isn't the pot calling the kettle black.
Really? So you're saying this is what we wanted to happen?
That's enough!
Holy shit.
Quark is definitely alive. He has to be. He has to be.
You are literally on the same fucking train as Sigma. Or almost was. Like, no, this can't be happening. Except she's the determined type.
I refuse to believe he isn't. I can't let an innocent kid like that get killed.
Ellipses. I wanted to ask if she meant Clover and Tenmyoji weren't innocent and deserved to die, but swallowed my words. Fighting wasn't going to help us. All I could do was hope that Phi was right. Perhaps Quark was still alive.
Perhaps. Now I can't.
What are you doing?
Examining their bodies. Tenmyoji first.
Meowing. Okay.
Why?
Clues.
What kind of
To
clues?
who might have killed them. Finding Quark's bracelet tells us something. If the killer saw it, that would make for an obvious motive.
Yeah. With Quark's bracelet, Clover and Tenmyoji would have been able to go through the white doors. The killer handcuffed them to the sink to prevent that.
Right. That's my guess, at least. That's odd.
What's
I
wrong?
can't find anything. I
Huh?
should have found something.
What?
You remember when we ran into Tenmyoji in the rec room? He sprayed our wrists with luminol. I'm sure I saw him pull the spray bottle out of his pocket.
And now you can't find it.
Right.
Unless he left the luminol in there? Or do you think the killer took it?
I don't know. I'm gonna take a look at Clover, too. Give me a minute.
I knelt down next to Clover as she spoke and began to gingerly examine her corpse. Then after a moment I saw her hand stop.
Look, see your thigh? Doesn't it look like there's something written there?
Yeah, it does.
I'm sorry, I'll have to move your leg a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
It's written in blood. Ah, so that's why your finger was red. It must be 10
It says 016.
Or 910. What is it? Well, actually no, Clover wouldn't be that smart to write it upside down.
Hang on.
What does it mean?
Why
I
do
feel
you
like I've seen
would
that
be that
somewhere.
smart? Just because you made her sound that way?
Well. No, I feel like she would do it, try and do it the obvious way so as to be straightforward.
I guess, but I was just saying, you assume probably because she talks like this that she wouldn't fucking do that.
No, I meant, well, I guess when I say smart enough, I just kind of meant it in a way that she wouldn't think along those lines. She wouldn't think, oh, I'll do it the other way so that people can see it immediately. She didn't make it obvious either, so she probably would have written it in a way that she could see.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
016. 016. I know I've seen it somewhere. It's no use. Can't remember.
Don't get my hopes up like that.
Anyway, these numbers have to have something to do with the killer. She must have written them after she got hit with the soparil. There would have been a few minutes before she went all the way under when she could have done something. I think she probably used those last minutes to tell the rest of us who'd killed her.
016, huh? Maybe, but the only people who could have done it are Kay and Dio. Assuming it wasn't one of us, I mean.
No. There's also Quark.
Ooh.
I mean, I'm not saying he did it, just...
Possibilities? Damn it. This is hopeless. I can't keep up anymore. Everything here is a goddamn mystery. Like, what about that old woman we found? Who killed her? The movement of the AB room makes Luna seem the most suspicious, but when would she have done it? And we don't have a good explanation for why she would have wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. And of course, now Luna's dead too. So who could have killed her? The footage from the security camera, paired with Dio's behavior, makes Clover seem like the most likely suspect. But now we'll never know for sure. Alice's killer is a complete mystery. We don't know what the hell 016 is supposed to mean. We don't have any idea where Quark's gone. What the hell does any of this mean? Who killed everyone? What is it? Was it Zero? Zero Senior? And who is Zero Senior? What the hell does he want? Why does this game even exist, and why did they kidnap us and bring us here? While we're at it, where is this? When is this? Mysteries, mysteries, mysteries. I feel like my head's about to explode. Please, Fi, give me something, anything. A clue, a hint. Come on, you gotta have something.
The luminol.
Huh?
I think there's a very good chance someone took the spray bottle out of Tenmyoji's pocket.
Okay, but how is that important?
Well, let me ask you this. Why do you think they took it?
So they could test for blood?
What would they need to do in order to do that?
They just need to spray the bottle at whatever they want to test.
That's it?
No, wait. you're right. Luminol reacts with organic compounds and glows, but the glow is really faint. So you need to make it dark. You have to turn off the lights in order to see if anything's glowing.
And that would mean?
That would mean... the rec room! Fine, I raced for the door. We weren't sure what we'd find, but we knew where we were going. I had a feeling deep in my gut that whatever we found would be the breakthrough I'd been hoping for. Well, we'll find out.
Let's hope.
Too bad they don't have strong black lights, because black lights usually make luminol reflect a little bit of white light, I think. Many organoreactive compounds like that tend to reflect light after reacting, or while reacting. Especially UV black light. Rec room! Let's see. Holy shit!
Well, that's something.
Everything in my head ground to a halt. Even after all I'd seen, a room full of corpses had a profound effect. It was such a ridiculous thought that before I could stop myself, I laughed. That laugh made me think. Was laughter in this situation a defensive response designed to protect a brain from constant emotional bombardment? They say that right before an animal dies, it feels a moment of comfort. Right before death, the brain releases a huge amount of endorphins in the bloodstream. Pain is only a warning signal meant to help the body avoid death, but when death becomes a certainty, pain no longer has any use. In fact, the loss of pain can lead to incredible feats on the edge of death. Impossible survival. Let's say that two species of... What? Okay, you know what? I was about to say, why all the exposition grinding to an utter halt with the animal thing, but I guess. Let's say two species of animal come under attack from some overwhelming force. All of them are severely wounded and near death. Species A feels pain, but Species B doesn't. The horrible pains felt by Species A prevents them from moving, but because they feel no pain, some of Species B will manage to drag their wounded bodies to safety and survive. As a result, Species A is eliminated, but only Species B manages to survive. This process of natural selection has been repeated for thousands, no millions of years. All creatures that walk the surface of the earth are descended from Species B. I'm no exception. That's why I can look at a room full of corpses and laugh. The genes I've been given by a million years of evolution have changed my fear into ecstasy. I guess this means you and I are the only survivors.
Don't make me keep saying it.
Quark.
Quark's still out there somewhere.
Yeah, you're right. He is still out there. So what'd that mean he killed them? I mean, you said yourself that there was no way there was a 10th uninvited player out there when Alice was killed. And we've also refuted the possibility of Zero Senior being the 10th person. There is no 10th person. The only people alive are you, me, and Quark. That means...
Being ridiculous. Look at their bodies. There's an axe buried in Kay's back, and the spear has been thrust all the way through Dio's stomach.
Technically, well, oh yeah, I guess it is his back. I thought it was his head, but whatever.
No, it's his back and shoulder. Actually, between his shoulder and his neck, so... even worse.
Do you really think a child Quark's size could do that?
Especially not the axe, no. The spear with extreme difficulty. The axe... fuck no. Alright then. Are you saying you killed them? Actually, no, I was about to say Dio could have axed, Kay, but Quark wouldn't have been that good with the lance. Are you saying you killed them?
Are you insane? And just when would I have done that? I've been with you this whole time.
She was right. After the end of the second round of the AB game, Fi and I hadn't been out of each other's sight. We'd gone through the white door, explored the security office, solved puzzles, all of it together. No, wait. There had been one time when I wasn't watching. The few minutes in the security office when I'd rested on the couch. Could she have snuck out then? The rec room and the security office weren't that far away from one another. If the round trip took about a minute and she'd killed them in 4 minutes, then the whole thing would have only taken her 5 minutes.
English, babe. English.
5 minutes. 5 minutes, huh? Just how long had I been out? No, that wasn't really right. I hadn't really been out. I just felt like everything was being fast-forwarded, probably because my mental processing speed had dropped. But how long had I been like that? It might have only felt like a few seconds to me, but it could have been much longer. And where had something like mental processing speed dropping come from? Morphogenetic field moment. Hey, what you doing there, Fi?
Checking their bodies like before. I decided to start with Dio.
Find anything?
Yeah, 2 things actually.
Oh.
Take a look at this.
Oh, myrmidons, lovely! A knife?
Yeah.
There's something engraved on the blade, too. Myrmidons. Is that the name of the manufacturers?
Dunno. It's not a name I've ever heard of before.
Ah, yells Chesty. Oof! Why is K dead?
What is that? What Chesty said?
Yes.
I guess Chesty was a K fan. It seems.
Dio is dead too. Yep.
Well, sorry, Chesty. Guess what? Everyone's dead except for Sigma, Phi, possibly Quark, and another person, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Oh. Dunno. It's not.
But look at the handle. You've seen it before, right?
This is the knife that was stabbed into Alice's chest.
Right. From the looks of it, I guess the blade is about 15 centimeters long. I'd say it's probably about 3 centimeters tall and 3 millimeters wide.
I think I've heard those numbers before.
Like, wound cavity, 150 millimeters. Wound length, 30 millimeters. Wound width, 3 millimeters.
Oh boy, the old woman's body. What happened? 10 penny. 10 penny. 10 me
Wow.
oldie, 10 me OG.
Yes, there. I told you, 10 me oldie's dead. Clover, whatever her name is with him, Mover. I don't remember what I only remember 10 me oldie.
Axe.
Siggy. I remember Siggy.
Siggy, Fido. What did she call Clover? It was something that made us all think of Axe from when she fucking just axed everybody.
Oh, I don't remember.
Ugh. Anyway. Yeah, this is, the old woman's wound cavity. Yeah, that's it. When Luna scanned the old woman's body, those were the numbers it gave us for the wound.
Right, well, wound cavity would be the depth of the wound. Wound length would be how long it is from top to bottom. And wound width would be how wide the flat end of the wound is. In other words...
Those numbers describe the size and shape of the wound, right?
Right.
So if they match, then that means this knife was used to kill the old woman.
Well, I was just eyeballing those measurements, so we can't be sure.
Still, why does Dio have it?
He must have gotten it from Alice.
I know that. What I mean is, why'd he take it? Did he want to destroy the evidence? Maybe he was the one who killed Alice.
That would match up with what we saw.
No, wait. Hold on a second. I'm getting confused here. Alice would have had that knife first, right? She picked it up when she found it wrapped in the handkerchief next to the AB room.
Right.
So Dio took it from her and stabbed her? If that's what happened, why didn't he just take the knife then? Why leave it there for us to see, then come back and get it later? Because he fucked up.
Well, we can look into that more later.
Or maybe he realized he might need it later.
First, I want you to have a look at something else.
What?
Don't you remember what I said? I found two things. There was the knife and...
Oh?
this.
Oh? Hey, this is that
What
key!
do you mean, that key?
We found it in the Golem Bay. Didn't have any idea what it was for then, though. But Alice said it might be important, so she'd hang on to it, just in case.
So, Alice should have had this, right?
Yeah.
And now Dio's got it.
Oh. Yeah.
So when Dio took the knife, he also took Kay's key.
Wait, Kay's key?
Oh, man.
Oh, that's what that is.
You couldn't figure it out
We
from
should
the
know.
shape?
We've already used it once.
Yeah. What do you mean?
Get over here. A picture's worth 1,000 words. Let me show you.
She walked over to Kay's head, knelt down on one knee, and pointed to the back of it.
You remember this, right?
Oh, yeah. So that's it. It unlocks the suit, right?
Yeah. Let's give it a shot.
Oh, boy. Before I had time to prepare myself, I shoved the key into the slot and twisted. But...
It's no good. Can't get it open.
why not?
Maybe the suit is powered, and it needs to be on in order to open. But with this axe in here...
You're saying it shorted the suit out or
I
something.
think so. At any rate, the key fits perfectly. I don't have any doubt it's for removing Kay's suit.
Do you think Dio knew that when he took it?
I wonder...
So I guess we'll never know what his face really looks like.
Yeah. No way we can get that mask off with our bare hands.
I wonder who he
Well,
was.
we still haven't checked him over. Let's have a look. Maybe we'll find something that'll tell us who he is.
She'd only been searching a few seconds before she stopped and pulled something out of Kay's robes.
Look.
What is it?
A spray bottle with luminol in it.
Oh. That's the one Tenmyoji had.
Yeah.
Then, does that mean Kay was the one who handcuffed them to the
We
sink?
don't know yet.
Why not?
Kay might have taken the spray from Tenmyoji after he died. It's possible he made it through the white doors before we did, went to the infirmary and got this. Anyway, there's something I want to see. Turn off the lights.
Are you going to check for a luminol reaction?
Yeah. If Kay used the spray before he died, we might still be able to see it.
There's blood everywhere in here, though.
That's okay. If he didn't spray it, there won't be a reaction from any of it.
Ah, that's
Come
true.
on. Alright, do it.
Done.
Thanks. Just as I thought. Look, Dio's left wrist.
The underside of his bracelet is glowing.
Exactly.
But why?
Because there are traces of blood on it.
Whose
We've
blood?
seen 5 people with serious bleeding. The old woman, Alice, Tenmyoji, and these 2 here. I'm disinclined to think this is Dio or Kay's blood, though. See? If you look, it's been wiped off. Except for the luminol, the bracelet looks clean. Why would someone wipe blood off a bracelet after being hit with an axe or stabbed with a spear, and then spray it with luminol? It doesn't make sense.
Then that leaves the old woman, Alice, and Tenmyoji.
Right.
Do you remember what Tenmyoji said to us in this room?
Can I see the other side of your bracelets? Please, just do it.
Do you think Tenmyoji had figured out that one of the bracelets would have blood on it?
That would have meant he was looking for either Alice's blood or the old woman's.
I wonder which it was.
No idea. But whatever the case, Tenmyoji seemed to think that whoever had this bracelet was Zero Sr.
Just relax, okay? That's all I needed to know.
What?
Neither one of you is Zero Senior.
Oh.
Are you saying that because there wasn't any reaction from the luminol?
Yeah.
Well, wait. Are you saying that Dio is Zero Senior?
I don't know. The only thing I can say for sure is that there's a possibility that Dio killed the other 6 victims.
Ooh, that's a lot of blood on his hands. Then who killed Dio?
Okay, perhaps. After he was attacked, he used the last of his strength.
Another descendant of Species B.
Huh?
Nothing. Forget about it. Anyway, if Zero Senior was Dio, then...
All of this would be over. This awful game would be over.
An ambidex gate has been opened. 45 minutes remain until ambidex game polling closes.
What? What the hell is happening? That's impossible! Quark? Quark opened a gate? Where'd he get the sun card? Or star key?
Whatever. We need to get back to the Floor A warehouse. Hurry!
I know, I'm coming. Where on earth would he have gotten a star key? Unless... this is that other thing you were talking about, Andrew. Because you can't help but minorly spoil things that will eventually come to fruition.
I'm sorry, what?
Never mind.
I'm not spoiling anything.
Warehouse A. Damn it! There's no one here! Did they run off?
Why would they run away?
Hell if I know! How the hell did Quark open an AB gate anyway? Without a star key, he shouldn't have been able to get it open.
You must have taken one from Dio or Kay before we got to the rec room. We know they went through a white door. Remember? We saw the footage in the security office. That means they had a star key just like we did.
But you didn't find one when you searched it?
Right.
Oh, well maybe Quark's a suspect after all then. You shouldn't write him off just because he's a kid. Maybe he knows how to use a lance or an axe.
That's impossible. You're being an idiot. It's much more likely he found the key card after they died.
Oh, Alright, let's go find him.
Any ideas where to look?
Nothing. How on earth would I know where he might be?
Well, there's one place I'd like to check out. Come on.
Do you know something I don't? Ah, the room Dio and Kay investigated.
Aren't you curious?
Of course. Besides, Quark might be there.
Yeah.
Alright, let's move.
Off we go!
The door says director's office.
Probably belongs to the director.
No shit, Sherlock. I hope it has one of those chairs.
Chairs?
You know, the folding ones that say director on the back. I've always wanted to sit in one and say stuff like action and cut or double decaf chai soy latte now.
And that's
Wow.
what you think we'll find in there?
Wrong kind of director, Sigma. Yeah. Aren't you
Well,
excited?
there could be anything in there. So, no,
I
not really.
Why is it that he can talk about it? Like, why is he talking like that? Like he's so happy. It's like, yeah, aren't you excited? We're gonna see a director. Motherfucker, everyone's dead.
Yeah.
Why are you happy?
No, he wanted to see a fucking chair.
But still, like, aren't you excited? No, everybody's dead. Why should I be excited?
Yeah, I don't fucking know. Sigma is a mystery. But what if Zero Senior was in there waiting
That
for
would
us?
make things easy. We'd settle things right now and then get the hell out.
Right. Okay, I'm gonna
You
open
don't
it.
need to keep asking me if...
Director's office.
There's
Huh.
no one here.
That computer's been turned on.
Yeah, maybe Dio and Kay did that.
What the hell is this?
A lion.
It's
A
biting.
sun?
It has a couple input fields for a user ID and a
We
password.
probably can't use it unless we know what those are.
Why don't you put something in?
Sure, I'll give it a shot. Yeah,
This is where
just as I
locks come in
thought.
handy.
Hmm.
Might as well forget about this thing for now. We can't get anywhere without a password. Let's see if we can find any other clues. This is the director's office after all. If we turn the place upside down, we're bound to find something. Shall we?
Fi turned and headed off toward the bookshelf, leaving me alone next to the desk. I felt compelled to stay, and found myself staring at the screen.
He
A lion
did, huh?
biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. A lion biting the sun. Memento mori, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Remember death, if the ninth lion ate the sun. Could this be the ninth lion? Then maybe Memento mori. Oh, remember death. Memento mori. Remember death. Oh, this is a different death. Memento mori. Remember death. Memento mori.
We have to keep doing that.
Remember. Oh. Oh boy.
Oh. Yes? Do you need my help?
Oh, right. I can't type it.
Do you need my help?
Yes, please.
Okay. Input field, second one is the login. Oh god, I don't remember. Give me a sec. Luna and password. And password.
This is
Oh,
supposed to
hush.
be an aha moment, but it's like, where is the
Yeah.
obscure ID and password?
Now you stop that. A two-headed lion, that's what you need. Our ID password is GTFDML016.
Our ID?
Do you not see ID in GTFDML016 and 016? I think that was supposed to sort of be like, hey, remember 016? Well, remember it now.
Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, no. Okay.
Okay. Password MILKEVOLI.
MILKO?
EVOLI.
MILKEVOI?
OLI.
Joe M minus G 0 or O? Okay. 5. Come over here.
What's wrong?
I got in.
What?
What?
How did you figure out the login?
I don't know. I just knew it.
What the hell do you mean you just knew it?
I just knew it means I just knew it. You
knew
gave
it
me
means
the
I just knew
same
it.
line when I asked you how you knew my name.
Why are you bringing that up?
Exactly.
It doesn't have anything to do with this.
You sure? It might.
What? I don't...
Look, just forget about that. Come take a look at this.
Sure. Fine. Just let me get right on that. Are you out of your damn mind? Tell me what the hell is going on here. Why do you know how to log into this computer?
Are you even listening to me? We continued to yell at one another for several more minutes. But no matter what Fi asked me, I could never come up with an answer that satisfied her. Eventually, she seemed to give up.
Fine. You
Smart
still don't make
woman.
any sense, but I don't think you're lying.
Damn right I'm
And the
not.
AB game deadline isn't getting any further away. All right. Let's see what this thing has for us. Where are we supposed to start? Looks like there's tons of stuff in here.
Canon W. Tessa Powell.
Oh, can you tell me the ID that you put in? I can try searching for that. Maybe we'll get a hit.
I gave her what she asked for. GTFDML016. Her search returned several files, and after examining them for a moment, Fi opened one. Golem unit details. Are these product specifications for a golem?
Looks like it.
So was GTFDML016 a golem's ID?
Don't ask me. You seem to know more about all this than I do. Fine, whatever. Just read the file. Maybe it'll make more sense. Let's see here.
Gas.
Luna.
Yeah,
Why is there a picture of Luna in this file?
there's something written underneath it. It says, appearance after application of ABT.
Dun, dun,
ABT, ABT.
There's this special artificial biological tissue what's called ABT. When a golem's all new and shiny, they've got a nice suit of ABT over that metal skeleton. Makes it look right human, it does.
Huh.
Even feels like real skin, with pores, a little bit of hair, and a few pimples, scars and the like. Truth to tell, I doubt you'd be able to tell the real from the fake, even if it was right in
We're
front of you.
learning something.
See, right in the middle of it.
This is one of the secrets
I
I've tried to
see.
keep in for the longest time because I felt like it's a pretty big reveal, I guess.
Yes.
Luna was a golem.
Thank
And
God it's finally over. I can
DML016 was
just
her product
scream it at
ID.
the top of my lungs.
That must have been... been what Gollum was trying to tell us when he was stopped.
Yep.
But why? Why would Luna be in the game?
I don't know how autonomous she really is, but I find it hard to believe she would have come here of her own free will.
So you're saying she was sent here by Zero
Probably.
Senior?
Look. At the bottom of the screen, it shows her current status.
Currently operational. Executing a special mission? You think her special mission is to participate in the game?
Probably.
So why did Zero Senior want a robot as a participant? You think maybe it was to supervise the rest of us? Maybe if something unexpected happened, she was supposed to correct it or something?
What if it was some kind of Voight-Kampff test?
Oh, what?
It's from an old book. A test to see how human she was. Whether or not 8 people would be able to figure out she was a robot.
That is oddly specific, but I guess...
That might almost explain the whole game, actually. Making us solve puzzles and play the AB game. All of those things could have been designed to give us a chance to see her true nature.
So it's kind of like the Chinese room.
Yeah. Luna is the girl locked in the room.
Or the Turing test, actually. But...
And the 8 of us are the people outside it.
Hmm.
Well, like I always say...
It's just a possibility, right?
All what matters is if the person next to you does what a human ought. Looks like a person, acts like a person, and talks like a person, then it's probably a person.
When did you figure it out? That she was a golem, I mean.
Right now. I didn't know until I saw this stuff.
You're lying. When I told you about what happened with Gollum in the pantry, you said something about how this game might be sort of like the Chinese room.
I don't know why I said that. It just felt like it made sense.
Like you just knew it?
Look, forget about that. See Luna's status?
Yeah, it says the same thing it did a minute ago, currently operational. Executing special mission. Whoa, wait, what the hell? Luna's
Do
dead.
you think robots die?
When they're an AI housed in a mainframe computer... the robot technically could be destroyed, but even the AI that runs it, Luna, wouldn't even be dead until the mainframe computer just, you know, died too.
She was only injected with muscle relaxant.
This would mean the artificial tissue would just be stuck in place, and if she wanted to avoid tearing it up, she would probably want to let that process off.
10 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes. All players, please enter your votes. If no vote is recorded before the deadline has passed, any non-voting parties will automatically ally.
Of course, Luna's the one who opened the AB gate.
That might not be the only thing she did. Look.
Well, what do you
What
mean?
are the last 3 digits of her product ID?
016.
And where have we seen that before?
No, I don't believe it. Are you saying it was Luna who handcuffed Clover and Tenmyoji?
We should go check her body. You remember where it is?
Group quarters, of course I remember. I don't think it's gonna be there. Oh, thank goodness, we don't have a big travel montage.
Travel, 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 travel.
We were right.
Yeah.
Why? Why would Luna...
And I trust him.
Huh.
5 minutes remain until Ambidex game polling closes.
Let's go. The game hasn't stopped. If we don't vote, we're going to get penalized.
Yeah. Right. Off we go then. Well, I was about to say, unless Luna were to vote, but...
Is it time to vote?
Yeah.
You do know what we have to vote, right?
Invalid pair detected.
Oh?
Please retry with valid partner.
Oh, they probably still have... Oh, yeah. Forgot about this thing.
Right.
Yeah, with the bracelet, there's 3 in this room. So I guess I stepped outside and set Luna's bracelet down, then headed back into the AB room.
2 minutes remain until polling closes.
Luna equals bad. Well, are you sure, Chesty?
Yeah, trust me, Luna doesn't equal bad.
Alright, I'll go ahead and hit the start button.
Yeah,
You ready?
go ahead.
Start!
Wait,
Oh?
Sigma.
Huh? Luna! Luna?
It's Luna! Dun,
Huh?
dun, dun.
1 minute remains until Ambidex game polling closes.
Wait. What the hell is going on? Why is Luna here?
She's probably planning on participating in the game.
You mean she's gonna take the bracelet and go into one of the other rooms?
Yeah,
How is she going to vote?
betray. I'm sure of it. Why else would she have come here? If she wanted to vote ally, she could have just waited for the deadline to pass.
She's got 7 BP,
Yeah.
right?
Why are you asking, though? Her BP doesn't matter right now.
What?
Have you totally lost it? She doesn't have her bracelet on. And besides, she's a golem. She isn't trying to get out.
She can't get... Well, I was about to say she probably... Maybe could get out if she wanted to and there was a strong enough single strength. But she couldn't get very far.
Whether she has 9 BP or not doesn't mean anything to her.
Then why is she doing this?
Isn't that obvious? She wants to keep our BP below 9. Say she defaulted to ally. We could choose whatever we wanted, and we'd still get 9 BP. She's here to make sure that doesn't happen.
10 seconds remain until Ambidex game polling closes. 9, 8,
Oh,
7,
jeez.
6, 5,
Fi has always been the
4.
devil's advocate.
And I trust him.
2, 1.
Ally, you idiot.
Yeah. I was about to say, there is no benefit to
Round
betrayal.
3 of the Ambidex game
We must benefit
has
and
been
be the good
completed.
people.
Yes. Additionally, if Quark is still out and about... Well, actually, never mind. I was about to say, if Quark is still out and about, his bracelet is 9. We know that he's not just there. So, there would be no benefit to us staying here.
Results will be displayed in the warehouse.
And if her goal was to help the game run smoothly, then I guess technically her voting would be the smoothest running.
Thank you for your participation. Ambidex gates now opening.
Alright. Come on.
Hey,
Gotta go see
Sigma,
what
are
those
you
scores
insane?
are.
Why the hell did you choose ally?
Wait, we can talk about that later. Right now... She's gone. Where'd she go?
That's odd. We came out the moment the gates opened. There's no way she could have left already.
Then... she didn't vote? There it was. I thought so. She didn't pick it up. Without the bracelets, she couldn't have voted.
Then she let the system vote ally for her?
Results from round 3 of the Ambidex game will now be displayed. Please direct your attention to the results screen.
Right, the
Yeah.
results.
Let's go have a look.
Let's see what we got.
Dead, dead. Dead, dead. Ally, ally.
Points have been assigned or subtracted accordingly. Please check your bracelet to see your updated bracelet points.
I just,
And we're
man,
still
think about
there.
that. Dead, 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 dead. Just, oof.
Yeah. So she's voted ally automatically, and the other 6 got penalized. Here are some more AB game rules for you! Not voting is not an option!
Not again. Not again. We have done this on so many different
I
streams.
know. Then again, 5 of them were already dead. We don't know where Quark is, but his bracelet's already off.
Yeah, that means all those penalties are meaningless. Why did Luna show up then? I mean, we've got our 9 BP now, but... Alright, what do you want to do, Sigma? Do you want to leave?
What? You're kidding, right? Weren't you the one who kept going on about how Quark's still alive? I can't just run off and leave him here.
You sure?
Yeah.
Well, that's a relief. I was
Well,
hoping
that's
you'd say
what I was
that.
gonna say. No, you weren't.
Fi, you were a troll.
Now let's get moving. We need to find Quark.
And Luna too,
Luna.
right?
The Ambidex gates have closed. Round 4 of the Ambidex game will be the Star Round. Star keys are...
Oh. Fi's now a red solo. Fi and I checked our bracelets out of sheer reflex. I was a magenta pair, just like before, but Fi had changed to a red solo. Didn't really matter, though. Both of our bracelets showed the number 9. All we had to do was open the number 9 door, and we'd never have to play another AB game again.
Alright, Quark comes first. Let's go.
I mean, I was about to say, unless you run into Luna first, but... True. She spun around and headed for the cyan door. I followed on her heels. Oh boy.
Meow.
Meow.
Yay, kitty boyfriend.
Sigma, there's something I want to ask you.
What is
There are
it?
3 doors here. You, Alice, and Luna went through the one on the right. That took you to the Golem Bay, correct?
Yeah, according to the map, that's the door on the bottom. There's a lever on the thing in the middle, right? We pulled it, but it only opened one of the doors. What about it? Well, I see one other one that's
Take
open.
a look. See the lock?
Open?
Yeah.
Then who the hell opened it? And
There's only
how?
one person who could have opened it.
And why? And who? And when?
Judging by the fact that it uses bracelets, only Luna could open it. Luna.
Alright, let's head in.
Okay. Oh? What the heck are these things?
I think they're treatment pods of some sort.
Whatman pods? Even as I spoke, part of me knew what they were. I didn't know how or why, but I felt a strong sense of deja vu when I looked at them, and suddenly realized I knew exactly how to operate the pods. It was strange. It was a strange, unsettling feeling, as if somewhere deep inside was a version of myself that I didn't actually know.
One of them is lit up.
The one on the left. Is it being used?
Glass is all fogged up. I can't really see inside.
Let's crack it open then.
Yeah.
Who will be in it?
Dun dun dun.
Quark! Quark. Our feet pounded across the floor of the warehouse.
This is it.
Quark's body bounced on my arms as I ran. His pulse and breathing were normal. He was limp and unconscious, but he was alive. The pause display had given us a little information on his condition. As far as we could tell, he'd been given an anesthetic which had put him to sleep.
Ready? What's wrong? You're supposed to say, yeah, sure.
Is it really okay for us to just leave?
What the hell is this? You want to stay here? What if Luna kills you too?
What?
Think about it. Alice, Clover, Tenmyoji, the old woman, even Dio and Kay. There's a good chance Luna
Oh,
killed all of them.
poor Fi. She's so silly.
But why?
It doesn't matter. Remember what we saw on Clover's thigh?
Fi.
016.
And what's that the same number as?
The last 3 digits of Luna's product ID.
Where did we find the old woman's corpse?
Doesn't Fi understand the 3 laws of robotics?
No, but I think we're gonna wind up explaining it to her.
No,
The AB
actually,
room
no, Luna's just going to explain it to us, but we'll get to that in a little bit.
Well, I guess it makes sense to hear it from the horse's mouth. In the AB room that Luna came out of.
And if you're right, her brain is in the central computer core. That means she could have easily moved that crane, right? She could have used it anytime she wanted.
That means any alibi she might have for not being able to move that crane is worthless.
Exactly. She must have moved the AB room. Alice noticed it right away. At the very least, that would mean Luna had a reason to try and kill Alice.
To keep her quiet.
She could also have murdered Dio and Kay. Remember their star keys? Luna must have taken them, which puts her in the room with Dio and Kay. You understand, don't you? I admit none of this evidence is conclusive.
Yeah.
Look at our options. You, me, Quark, and Luna. Who do you think is the most likely to be the murderer?
Well, don't forget, death happens progressively. It could have been just about anyone who's dead now that killed Alice.
Pretty much.
Think this through, Sigma. Luna's a golem. That means she's a robot that's part of this facility, designed to do God knows what. If what you said about golems and the central computer is true, she's basically a puppet of Zero Junior's. There isn't really much of an argument to be made here. The only option is to leave her here and get out.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
A robot may not injure a human being, or through an action allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic.
Okay. You're right. Let's get out of here.
Damn. Don't scare me like that. Okay, I'm going to open it. You ready?
You don't have to ask me. Isn't that what you always say?
Yeah, I guess so. It's time we got out of here. Let's go.
Oh boy. With a heavy, labored groan, the number 9 door began to open. As soon as the gap was wide enough to admit her body, Fi slipped through it. I followed her through, Quark still cradled in my arms. Inside was a massive lift platform, like the kind used to move industrial cargo. Fi turned to face me, and I shoved Quark into her arms.
Huh?
Before she could respond, I spun around and ran. Oh. Oh?
Yeah, we're not getting out of here alive.
The number 9 door has been opened. It will remain open for 9 seconds.
Sigma! What the hell are you thinking? Get back here!
Sorry, Fi. There's something I have to do. Take care of Quark.
No! You don't mean you're going to go find Luna? God damn it, Sigma! Think about what you're doing! Sigma! Listen to me! You can't do this!
I think he can.
He's doing it right now.
Yep.
And just like that,
The
he did it.
number 9 door has closed. This ends the Nonary Game. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you for your participation.
As the game is over, all doors other than the number 9 door have been unlocked. Escape is not possible. Please enjoy your stay.
Please enjoy your stay.
How lovely.
I had no regrets. In fact, with Fi and Quark's successful escape, I felt a profound sense of relief. One of my objectives had been achieved, and a difficult choice had been made. My mind felt clear and focused, more so than it had in a long time. Alright, time to go. Luna's waiting. The Botanical Garden.
Now comes the sad part.
Ah, Luna. I knew you'd be here.
You knew?
Oh, right. We haven't talked here in this one, huh?
Isn't this nice? This is the only place in this whole facility with anything green. I kind of feel silly saying it, but it makes me think of the great outdoors. I think it's the perfect place for a serious conversation. Being surrounded by nature makes me feel happy. I'm not sure what you meant just now, but are you talking about something that happened in another history?
What?
I know what you can do. Someone told me about it once. They said that you have the ability to transport your consciousness through time.
Who told you that? Luna looked down at the music box around her neck. Carefully and delicately, she twisted the dial on the bottom.
Sigma, aren't you here to ask me something? Why I killed them, perhaps?
Well, actually, I already know you didn't do it.
Oh? Why do you think I didn't do it? I'd like to know your reasoning.
Alright. I nodded and took a moment to compose my thoughts. Might as well start with the old woman. There's no point beating around the bush, I suppose. Dio killed her.
Why do you think so?
Her left arm had blood splatter all the way up to the elbow, except for a stripe on the wrist that was perfectly clean. What could have caused that? My guess is a bracelet. It got covered in blood and kept her wrist clean. Obviously, none of our bracelets had blood splatter on them, but Dio's bracelet reacted to the luminol. That meant Dio's bracelet had to have come from the old woman.
Is that your proof? That's why you think Dio killed her?
No, that's only enough to suspect him. After all, he could have just taken the bracelet after someone else killed her.
Then why are you so sure?
Because he confessed.
What?
After his bracelet reacted to the luminol, I confronted him.
Alright, fine. You caught me, I did it. I killed the old bitch and took her bracelet.
Wait, when did that happen?
In a different timeline.
Isn't that against the rules?
What rules? I hope you're not going to try and bring up Nox's 10 Commandments. Does it really matter if it's against the rules or fair? The truth is the truth. Let's say that incident P happens, and after that the timeline splits into timeline A and timeline B. I don't think it's unfair to base a theory in timeline A on information I found in timeline B. After all, A and B both came from the same place, P. If you trace the history of all timelines, you'd end up back at Incident P. Now, if I could change what happened with Incident P by visiting timeline A or B, then yes, it'd be a different story. I don't know that it'd be unfair per se, but I'd certainly be breaking some pretty big rules, like, you know, the principle of causality. I'm sure that Dio killed the old woman. By extension, that means you couldn't have killed her. I'm assuming Dio wasn't originally intended to be part of the Nonary game. Somehow he got in and took the old woman's place. That's how he ended up as Quark's partner. This is just an educated guess, but I have a feeling his plan was to replace one of us. I doubt it mattered which one. Ironically, well, it just so happens to have been the kid, the old woman's ex-friend.
God.
Yeah, were they an item?
Who?
Akane and, you know, Tenmyoldi, who might have been a previous character in a game as well.
Oh, well, I mean...
I know, you're just as stumped as I am. Anyway, I have no idea why he would want to do something like that, and I don't know how he did it either. But the fact remains that he did. He hid in the warehouse on floor A and waited for someone to come out of one of the AB rooms. That someone turned out to be the old woman. She left Quark asleep in the AB room and came out on her own. Somehow, he managed to get close enough to stab her. He did it near the wall with the graffiti on it. I'm guessing he stabbed her from behind so that he wouldn't get any blood on himself. As soon as she was dead, he wrapped the knife up in the handkerchief. No, wait, actually. He probably took the bracelet first. Then he would have needed to wipe the blood off, so he used the handkerchief for that too. Anyway, the point is, he got the bracelet and put it on. Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the rightmost AB room and its neighbor. He probably didn't expect that they'd move, or he would have put it somewhere else. Excuse me. After that, he headed back into the AB room that the woman had left. Quark would have still been fast asleep, and so far as he knew, Dio was there the whole time. This does raise a few other questions, but I'll save those for later. For now, let's move on to the other murders. Well, actually, one of them probably isn't a murder.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about Alice. I'm pretty sure she committed suicide.
All of humanity is going to die.
Yep.
Adults, children, everyone. Everyone! There won't be anyone left! I'd rather die here!
She'd been infected with Radical 6. I think that infection caused her to take her own life. She used Dio's knife, which she'd found in the warehouse after the AB room moved, and exposed it. She took it with her, and then used it to stab herself in the crew quarters. Next are Clover and Tenmyoji. The first question is who put the handcuffs on them? The clue is that message Clover left, 016. If you think about it though, it doesn't make sense. Clover's left hand was in the handcuffs. That means she would have had to write with her right hand on her right thigh. I feel like it would be really hard to do that, you know? Why not just use your left thigh? The thing is, I think she did. When she died, her legs slumped together, and the message got transferred to the right thigh. We just never saw the original because we didn't bother to check the other leg. In other words, she wasn't trying to write 016.
Oh, you.
Ow. Ha 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 ha! She was trying to write Dio. With her dying breath, she was trying to tell us the name of her killer. Now about Kay and Dio. I think there's a pretty good chance Dio killed Kay. Here's how I imagine it happened. Kay probably sprayed Dio's bracelet with luminol. We found the bottle in Kay's robe. You wouldn't have seen the reaction immediately, but Dio would have known what was coming. As soon as Kay turned the lights off, it would be clear that Dio had taken the old woman's bracelet. My guess is he decided to take preemptive action. When we found their bodies, the lights in the rec room were on. Maybe Kay turned to switch the light off and Dio took that opportunity to attack him. Kay was hurt pretty badly, but he didn't die right away. He probably managed to grab the spear and stab Dio. This blood splatter animation is... And then he died. So that accounts for all 6 bodies. None of them your fault.
Sigma, I'm glad you don't think I did it, but all of your theories are just, well, theories. Like Alice committing suicide. How can you be sure? Say she was infected with Radical 6. She could have been murdered before her symptoms even began to present themselves. As for Clover and Tenmyoji, I could easily have killed them. You don't have any proof that Clover's message was mirrored like you say, or even that it was supposed to refer to Dio. Even if it did, that's not conclusive evidence of his guilt. The same goes for Kay and Dio. I could have killed them both. Why do you trust me so much? I'm a machine. I'm part of this place. How can you trust a machine?
That's why I trust you.
What?
I trust you because you're a robot. Your
Here's where the
robotness
laws of robotics
is just one more reason you can't be the killer. Well, 3 more reasons.
Have you ever heard of the 3 laws of robotics?
Rule 1. A robot may not injure a human being or through an action allow a human being to come to harm.
A robot without the 3 laws is just a bunch of metal and plastic. Sigma.
Luna, I have to ask you. Can you tell me, well, everything you know? Your mind is in the central server. You should know everything that's happened here. There was a long pause. Luna stood up and walked deeper into the garden. I followed her in silence. Eventually we reached the bench. Luna quietly sat down, and just like last time, I lowered myself down beside her.
You were right. I didn't kill them. How should I explain? Well, actually, you got most of it right.
That doesn't matter. Tell me everything.
Well, first, yes, Dio did sneak into the facility. He used the large cargo elevator and came into the warehouse on floor A through the number 9 door. Since the game hadn't started yet, anyone could go through it.
That doesn't really sound like sneaking. It sounds more like he just walked in.
Yes, I guess you could say that. He did get in pretty easily, but that's because Zero Jr. lured him here.
What do you mean?
Dio wasn't a surprise. Both Zeros knew that he was going to come.
So they brought him
In
here.
a way,
But why?
because his presence was an important part of Zero's project.
What project?
I can't go into that right now. We'd be here forever. Right now, let's just focus on the murders, okay?
I mean, we'd be here forever. It's not like we're gonna be going anywhere, really.
Yeah?
Anyway, Dio found his way in. They made sure he didn't know that he was actually being let in.
So why did he come here?
To make sure Zero's project failed. His first step was to pretend to be one of the players. As for how he did that, you had it pretty much right. The old woman was the first one out, and he killed her under the graffiti.
No.
He
Don't
put a
kill the
bracelet on
old
after he wiped the blood
lady.
off it
Don't
with a
kill it,
handkerchief.
Connie.
Then he wrapped the knife up and hid it between the 5th and 6th AB rooms,
5th and 6th?
counting from the left in their original placement.
In other words, the rightmost room would be the 6th room, and the one next to it would be the 5th?
Right. After that, he went back into the 5th AB room where Quark was sleeping. Then he just waited for Quark to wake up.
What were you doing while that was happening?
Nothing. I couldn't do anything. My body had been turned off. Zero Jr. had powered me down. My body wasn't activated until after Dio went into the 5th room.
Oh.
I couldn't help her. All I could do was watch while she was murdered.
Ugh.
Everything in this place is controlled by Zero Jr. I couldn't try and prevent Dio from getting in either.
Wait, if Zero Jr. controls everything, then he was the one who moved the 6th room with the crane?
Yes, that's right. Zero Jr. moved the room, not me.
Of course. Then who moved the old woman?
Me. It took me 10 minutes to get out of my AB room once I was turned back on. I ran over to check on her as soon as I did. Then I carried her back to the room I'd been in.
Why did you do that?
Because I was ordered to.
What?
Luna, listen to me very carefully.
Oh?
As you already know, the final stage of the project begins in 2 hours.
So her voice is the Vocaloid over the computer speakers that just does the automatic announcements. Lovely!
This will be the culmination of many years of hard work. We cannot afford failure.
Yes, I understand.
Then let's make sure. What is your mission?
Enter the Nonary Game as one of the participants and observe the actions of the other players. Ensure that they do what they are supposed to and guide them down the correct paths.
How many players will there be?
Myself and 7 others, ma'am. Will you be participating as well?
Yes. Our plan dictates that I must.
Oh.
An individual by the name of Dio will be entering this facility presently. He has been led to believe he is doing so undetected. You've been briefed on him already, correct?
Yes. He will murder the first person to leave one of the AB rooms and take their place. If a pair is the first out, he'll probably kill both of them. That's all the information I've been given on him, ma'am.
Is there a problem?
With all due respect, ma'am, I would like to state that I don't feel right about this. We know someone is going to be killed, and we're just going to let it happen? I also have doubts about the use of Radical 6. Are you sure? Infecting all these people with such a horrible disease.
That is none of your concern. Your only concern is to follow your orders.
But...
Luna, I am giving you an order. I am in command, and you do as I say. You are programmed to do as I say. You know this.
Yes.
Good. Now, I have one final order.
Another order, ma'am?
Yes. When you leave the AB room, the person Dio has killed will still be there. I would like you to move them.
Where?
To the room you are about to enter. The 6th AB room.
But why?
Not your concern. As a participant in the game, you must have as little knowledge of it as possible. That is why I have made sure you are unable to access any classified data. There are things you must not know. In order for this project to succeed, we need you to be as close to a clean slate as possible. There are some things you already know, which ideally you would not. Unfortunately, this is unavoidable, so you must refrain from divulging anything you know about the project to the other participants. You must never tell anyone what you know about Dio, or the body, or that you carried it to the 6th AB room. You will have to pretend you know nothing more than the rest of the participants.
Is that an order?
Yes. Do I make myself clear?
Yes.
Well.
After that, I went into the AB
Well.
room as I'd been told to. As soon as I stepped inside, my body deactivated. But since my brain is in the main computer, I was still awake, so I still saw everything. While I waited, I used the security cameras to see what was going on in the rest of the facility.
And you saw the old woman being murdered.
Yes, it was hard. What
I
was
feel so
seeing
bad
made
for
no
you now.
sense. Several of my higher level processes nearly failed. To think that she would be the first person to come out.
Well, wouldn't she have technically known at least most of the solutions?
Suppose.
Or have had a leg up in figuring them out. Even if she hadn't been the one to devise all of the tests, she would have helped design their design principles. I mean, she would know the facility, but
Yeah.
maybe not all of the tests.
Probably not.
I think
Maybe
she
not
knew
to make
that
it
Dio was going
more
to kill her.
organic.
When she'd said she had one final order for me, I didn't understand what she meant. Like a fool, I told her I didn't approve, when I had no idea what she was prepared to do. When she died, whatever I have that passes for a heart felt like it snapped in two.
I think I understand. Everything you did because you've been ordered to?
Yes.
And it was the old woman who gave you those orders? She's your senior?
No.
What? But if she gave you the orders...
She did, but she wasn't the only person I took orders from.
There was someone else?
Yes.
And that person is Zero Senior?
Yes. They worked together to develop the project she mentioned. So I suppose, technically, my orders came from both of them. And they were both controlling Zero Jr., too. I told you before that Zero Jr. moved the 6th AB room. Although that's strictly true, he didn't do it of his own free will. They ordered him to do it. He was following orders just like me.
But why?
I don't know. I really don't.
To shuffle evidence?
Maybe they did it so that people wouldn't suspect me.
If they didn't want people to suspect you, then why have you moved the body in the first place? Eventually we'd figure out that the rooms had been moved and that she was in your room.
Then maybe they wanted the opposite.
You mean...
Maybe they wanted you to suspect me.
Plot device.
Is Luna a robot? No, she's a full robot. Much smarter.
Robot. Well, more of an artificial intelligence, kind of.
Yes, really. What we see as Luna is a robot, it's just... what controls all that is a lot more complicated. That doesn't make sense either. If they wanted people to suspect you, why move
You're
the room?
right. Then maybe they only wanted certain people to be suspicious of me.
You mean like Alice?
Yes. Perhaps they wanted Alice to find the handkerchief and the knife. That would explain why they moved the room.
So they somehow knew Dia hide in
Yes,
there?
I think so.
But how could they know that? Sorry, I was yawning.
Is the story boring you, baby?
No, I was just yawning out of tiredness.
I know.
Well, whatever
I'm
the reasons
just
were,
teasing you.
Alice did notice that the room was moved,
Hmm.
which meant that Clover also figured it out. And just like you said, Alice used the knife to take her life. Clover didn't realize that, though. Or perhaps she didn't want to. In any event, she decided that I must have killed Alice to keep her quiet. So she confronted me. It was right after the second round of the AB game. Using Phi's timetable, that would be 0 hours, 0 minutes.
Wait, you were listening to us in the security office?
Yes.
Why wouldn't she have been?
That wasn't all I was listening to, though. I
mean...
know everything that happened in the facility after my body collapsed.
You were watching through the security cameras.
Yes, I was. I could see and hear everything. Anyway, we're at 0 hours, 0 minutes. I was in the hallway on floor A when Clover found me and took me to room 2 in the crew quarters. We entered at about 0 hours, 1 minute. She was very forceful.
I know you killed Alice. Tell me the truth and I'll let you live. Now fess up! I'm only gonna give you one chance. If you lie or try to play dumb or something, I'll kill you right in front of her!
I told her the truth, of course. I explained that I hadn't killed Alice, that she'd been infected with Radical 6, and it had caused her to kill herself. Clover was never going to believe that, though. We argued about it for nearly 9 minutes. It wasn't just Alice she asked me about. She asked me about the murder of the old woman and about the AB room being moved. She wasn't very nice about it, but I couldn't answer any of her questions.
Because of your orders?
Yes. Then, at about 0 hours, 10 minutes, she must have run out of patience. She stuck her hand in her pocket and started moving toward me. She backed me up against the wall and pulled her hand out of her pocket. She was holding the injection gun. I tried to take it away from her. I even screamed for help. She refused to let go, of course, while we were fighting over it.
Well... Well, hold on a minute. The trigger got pulled in the fight, I get that part. What I don't understand is why it did anything to you.
Because I'm a golem?
Yeah.
One of my orders was always to act like I was one of the players. A human. Any human injected with that amount of tubocurarine would die.
Yeah, clearly. That's a lot of tubocurarine. That's why you had died? To keep up the facade that you were human?
No. I collapsed because Zero Jr. turned off the power to my body again.
Oh.
He probably felt he had to. Maintaining the illusion that I was human was probably in his orders, too.
Probably.
So to make it look like I had died, he turned the power off. Whatever the case, it was an accident. I don't think Clover ever intended to actually kill me. She only took the injection gun to try and threaten me.
How can you be sure?
When I collapsed, she looked terrified. She checked for my pulse and listened to see if I was breathing. She also shook my body and called out to me several times. If she'd meant to kill me, why do all that? After a few moments, she ran off to the infirmary to get the AED.
You mean the defibrillator?
Yes.
That uses an electric shock to restart the heart, right?
Correct.
So that was why she left?
Yes.
Oh. At 0 hours, 11 minutes, 40 seconds, Clover left the cabin in the crew quarters.
She ran off toward the infirmary. On the way, she bumped into Dio. Yes.
Dio?
I guess she just saw him, really. They didn't talk. She just ran past.
And he just watched her go
Yes.
by?
I imagine he was curious, of course. He probably wondered what she was doing, but he chose not to go after her. He had something else to do.
At 0 hours, 12 minutes, Dio enters the room.
He seemed pretty surprised to find my body.
Yeah,
It didn't take him long to get over it, though.
Wouldn't imagine it would. What did he do then?
He'd gone there for 2 reasons. One was to get Alice's bracelet, which was a blue solo.
Right. Without it, Dio and Kay, the yellow pair, wouldn't be able to get through the secondary door, right?
Yeah, but he couldn't find it.
Of course. I had already taken it by then.
Yes, but there was something else he wanted to do, too. He was there to take the knife. Removing it was gruesome.
But why did he want the knife? Was it because he'd used it to kill the old woman?
No, I don't think so.
Then what do you think?
I think he didn't want anyone to see the engraving on the knife's blade. That's why he hid it so well after he killed the old woman.
I wish there was a cat in this game. I don't know, I just think about that, like, I kind of imagine the cat would be like the cat in Alien. It's like, oh no, you worry that the cat's gonna die, but like literally the cat and Sigourney Weaver are literally the only 2 people to make it out of the fucking movie.
Yep.
Which, I mean, props to them, in my opinion. It's like, yay, the cat lived! You know, and you know the cat probably lived, because she was in cold stasis with her, and then when she had to go and when in the sequel, when she went to the ship, or the other ship, you're like, oh shit, they're all gonna die. She left the kitty on the safe ship all the way away, so luckily it's like, yay, kitty lives canon, and that just makes me feel happy. It's like, you know, they didn't have to do that, but they did.
I bet it's a matter of they didn't want to keep filming with an animal around.
Well, yes, but also I'm sure they didn't want to kill a cat, well, cat, dog, any animal. But I'm sure they didn't want to kill an animal.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the main thing was trying to make gruesome of the humans. To be fair, I don't know if the alien would have had much benefit in killing such a small creature.
exactly, you know, and I just think it's funny, or I don't know, funny. I like it. I know it's. I can't explain it. I like cats, and I mean, I like most, if not all, animals, except for the dangerous ones. And I just, for some reason, you don't think about that, like, because in some film, like, I know we're going off track, but I mean, you've watched our streams. This is probably the farthest off track we've gotten this whole stream, so you should be incredibly lucky.
Yeah, there's a lot of expedition here, though, so, like...
I know, seriously, like, literally, we haven't even been going off track for the most part, and it's this whole fucking stream has just been taken up by this ending.
Yeah?
So, I mean, what does that tell you about this game? Anyway, it's a good game, I'll tell you, it's a good game. But, you know, I'm not saying that animals don't get hurt. A perfect example is John Carpenter's The Thing. If you specifically remember the dog.
Oh, yeah, the dog.
The dog gets, like, fucking wrecked.
To be fair, that kind of just proves that it just seeks after any organic matter that it can.
True. Very
to be
true.
fair, I feel like the alien is too smart. It's too strategic. Humans are extremely adaptable, and I feel like a creature that normally takes some amount of influence.
Well, yes, and it thinks about
Influence?
it. You know, it thinks about what it's doing, but it's not like. And it looks at the cat, and it's probably like, "Do I need to kill you? No, you're fine. You're just a cat. You're not
just
going to
a
try.
little
I try and scratch
four-legged
me,
creature.
But, yeah, exactly. And you're cute, so I'm not going to kill you. Like, I guess.
Bisha's a
You know
cat
what I
person?
mean?
Asks Nina. Andrew is Garfield? Says Chesty. Like, isn't it obvious?
You just noticed I've always been Garfield. Well, not always. I've had the only two profile pictures, because I've had only two profile pictures like over the last 2.5 years.
And both of them were cats.
No.
Wait, no, it wasn't a cat. That was the
Cowboy Bebop.
Yep.
It was Cowboy Bebop, a really great picture that I still use for my my Tumblr background. It's a great picture.
Isn't it that spacey blue one?
No, that's what I used to use for my header on my YouTube page.
Oh.
No, my Tumblr is... No, that's... The Cowboy Bebop is like red. It's like a red background, and it's all four of the main characters.
Oh.
Don't go, like you know what I'm talking about. I know you. I see you, bitch.
I don't know what you're talking about, but it's like,
Exactly.
oh, okay.
Don't you? Oh, I know. Don't you? I am a homosexual.
I'm not implying I know, bitch.
I'm a homosexual, sir. I can call you out, motherfucker. Anyway, my point is, cats deserve to live every time. All animals should live, but most importantly, cats. That's the end of my story. I love cats. Fuck off. Thanks all. Next, keep going, because we've got about not even 8 minutes, so let's finish this up, please.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he want anyone to see that?
Do you remember what it said? There was a word engraved on the blade.
Myrmidons?
Yes.
What does Myrmidons
It's
mean?
the name of the organization
How
he
does he
belongs
not
to.
know what Myrmidons means? Like, I get it. It's, the whole thing of, oh, yay, you can go through different timelines and blah, 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 blah. I just...
How is that part not in his brain at this point?
Yeah, at this point, because
But to be fair, I guess the morphogenetic field theory says he's not in danger or in some imminent moment of stress to be able to connect to that sort of thing.
Still, he's had it pushed in his brain enough times by Dio or somebody else that you'd think he would fucking get it by now.
Yeah. What is it, like a club or something?
I don't think so.
Oh, God.
Well, what is it then?
I don't really know.
No
I'm
idea?
afraid not.
Wait, wasn't he here to try and stop whatever Zero was doing?
Yes.
Then, wouldn't that mean that he's on our side?
No.
I don't know about that.
No.
What is
He's
that?
killed 4 people.
The hell was that?
I'm not really sure he's on anyone's side.
What did you just do?
What?
Did you not just go...
Yeah, it was like, he's killed 4 people.
Oh, okay, whatever. I thought you said...
Those are bad words. Think
What?
alt, says Nina.
Oh, Nina's finally back? It took her forever. I'm not hating on you, but you, talked for the beginning, 3 minutes, and then you just died for... You didn't die, did you? You probably died. This is your ghost texting us, isn't it?
Ghost learned how to hold a phone.
Well, no, it's Nina. She can learn to do anything, even as a ghost. I know Nina. She's like, me being dead, that's not gonna stop me.
You got a point. Damn it, this is ridiculous. I guess this enemy of my enemy isn't my friend, huh?
May I continue?
Yeah, keep going. After he took the knife, Dio rifled through what few belongings Alice had. Luna said he didn't seem to be looking for anything in particular. He was probably just checking to see if she had anything useful. That was where he found the key to Kay's suit. He didn't seem to have any particular reason for taking it, at least as far as Luna could tell. Chesty says, I like cults. Nina says, but no, I had another stream to attend to. Ah, so you left us!
Left us! That hurts, Nina.
At 0 hours, 13 minutes, Dio left the room.
Well, I take it back, because I'm 99% sure I know who it was. If it's who I'm thinking it was streaming, then yeah, she would drop us like a sack of dead bodies to go to the stream.
Okay.
When he left,
if I'm not mistaken, it would be Justin's stream, and since they're all lovey-dovey, kissy, smoochy, booty, booty, yeah, she'll dump us like a sack of dead fish.
My guess is that he was going after Clover. He found her with the AED. She was probably planning to just ignore him and head back, but Theo didn't let her.
Just what are you planning to do with that?
Sure you do.
Thinking about trying to resuscitate Luna?
Mm.
Why would you want to do that? You were the one who killed her, weren't you?
I love you guys as well, but I was in his first.
And
no, not Justin.
Just dumped us like a sack of fish for some rando. Got it.
When Clover tried to push past Dio, Luna said they began to fight.
What the fuck do you think you're doing?
I could have understood you dumping us for Justin. That makes sense. I would dump all of you to go to one of Guy's streams in a minute. You know, I get that. But just some rando, Nina. I thought you loved us.
Dio pulled the knife out of his pocket and pointed at Clover's throat. That was when he showed up. Tenmyoji!
Dio,
Tenmyoji.
what the hell are you doing?
None of your goddamn business. Stay out of this, you senile old shit.
Like hell, you son of a bitch.
He let out a yell and leapt toward Dio. The ogre man dodged him easily and lashed out with the knife. Tenmyoji caught Dio's hand with a grunt, and for a moment the two men struggled. Then, as the knife edged closer, he wrapped his other hand around the blade and tried to force it away. Ugh. Oh, babe. But Dio was a much stronger... Bitch! But Dio was a much younger and stronger man, and the wound Tenmyoji gave himself with the knife didn't do him any favors. He put up a valiant fight, but with a roar, Dio threw him off, and Tenmyoji collapsed to the floor.
Swish, swish,
Clover didn't try and...
Jesse, I attend to videos. Yeah, you know, when you can, yeah.
Usually 5 to 10 minutes, then I'm back.
What are you going to do?
Yeah, you.
Let's see.
It's
About
true
this.
though. He's like, oh, I gotta go, and then like 5 to 10 minutes. Look, I'm back. Rasputin. Do you know? Now that I think about it, ooh, Chesty, have you watched not Nyan Cat, Bongo Cat, Rasputin? I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
You two really look great.
We watched
together,
it.
you know?
It was cute.
What are you going to do to us?
Bongo
This is
Cat,
obvious.
rah,
I'm gonna handcuff you to
Rasputin.
a sink. Actually, I already.
Well, he's the one who got you onto it in the first
Are you
place,
gonna
didn't
beat
he?
us to death or something?
Babe,
What?
No, nothing so
Wasn't,
against this.
Rasputin, wasn't Chesty the one who got you on that in the first place?
Yes.
Seen it.
What are you
Oh,
going
good,
to
he
do
has.
then?
How'd you like to make a bet?
A bet?
You've got 20-some minutes until the primary white doors open.
But don't leave
So
us
I'd say you've
again.
got 25 minutes until they close, give or take.
And yes, Bongo Cat.
If somebody happens
I don't
to
know.
come
Like,
by
I
here before
agree
the doors
with
close,
the YouTubers who were
might
talking
live.
about that
But if
the
nobody
edit
finds
as a
it,
meme. I think it's
well.
just a really nice, wholesome
Well,
meme.
penalized.
It's a cat. It's somebody described it. We've come full circle. You know, when the internet and YouTube really started, it was like the big first things were like keyboard cat and stuff like that, and that was the memes that were getting everybody in trails. And you know, we sort of
Yeah.
come full circle. Now we've got Bongo Cat.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's nice that I personally just think it's nice that cats rule the world.
Exactly. So, I suggest you start screaming for help now. Unfortunately for you, just about all the rooms in this place are behind at least 2
Are we
nice
almost done
thick
yet?
doors.
It's 10:03.
So
9:03.
unless they're pretty close,
Close to 03.
nobody's gonna hear you scream. Well, I'm off to the Floor B warehouse, okay? Enjoy your last 25 minutes. Later.
That son of a bitch. Next marimba
Dear.
cat.
25 minutes passed and no one came. Of course, by then there were
Ooh,
only
I would
3 other
watch
people
that.
who could have come, apart from Dio.
You mean me, Fine K,
Yes.
right? What?
La Bamba Cat. Ooh, I want to watch La Bamba Cat. Ooh, I bet somebody will make a bongo version of that. Ooh, I should look that up.
You
La
were in the
la
crew quarters at
bamba.
this point.
That's such a fun song.
Yeah. Kay had told us about you. We'd also noticed the knife in Alice's chest had been removed. If only we'd known what was happening in the infirmary.
Unfortunately for Clover and Tenmyoji, their time had come. Once the primary white door closed, both of their bracelets injected them with Superil.
Rasputin, lover of the Russian
The
queen.
anesthetic, right?
Yes. Almost immediately they started to feel sleepy.
Excuse me.
Wait, so Dio equals bad?
Yeah.
He's bad news all around.
I think that's when
Chesty,
Clover
are you sure you've
realized
been
she
watching our
was definitely
streams?
going to
Because
die.
if you had, you would know
That was when she
Dio
decided to
equals
leave her
bad,
message.
like me and Guy equal gay.
Yeah.
Just as you said, she wrote on her left thigh with her right hand.
And the word she wrote was Dio.
Yes. As for what happened in the rec room, well, I guess I don't really need to tell you. Your theory was essentially correct. What you said was what
Doesn't
happened.
Dio mean God?
No. Well, I was about to say no clue, but yeah, if I remember correctly, that was supposed to mean something divine.
Well, that is the whole point of the left, left hand and all that shit, which we've learned in previous streams. The left of God and whatever the fuck they were all.
Oh, yeah.
So technically, yeah, I suppose.
Clover means a small plant. Yes.
Or a homicidal maniac if she's got an axe on her.
Yes. So Kay sprayed Dio's bracelet with the luminol, and then while his back was turned, Dio attacked him with the axe.
Oh yeah, because that's what you... People should really learn, just never turn your back on Dio, like, ever.
Dio mortally wounded him, but didn't kill him, so Kay turned around and stabbed Dio with a spear.
Impressive.
And I guess that's when we found them.
Yes.
Or where we found them.
I've been watching them while I can. I know you have chest day. It's just, it's we like people to watch. We just like people who watch.
Yeah.
Speaking of, hopefully, I should ask him. I mean, I always feel bad because I just randomly ask him. I'm like, are you watching our stuff? I should ask Felix if he's still, I think he's still watching whenever he can.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope so. I know he enjoyed the series when I streamed it, and I never did. I never got this far with VLR while he was watching me, so this would be all new to him. I think he would enjoy.
Pulls a sick prank on multiple people. He dies. Or gets out and dooms a load of people to death. Or, eternity and locked in this facility.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry because he said.
Then gets pranked.
No, because he said. He said Dio pulls a prank on people, and then you're like, and people die. And for some reason, I just think, oh, so now Dio is Jake Paul or whatever.
Oh boy!
I know. I'm awful. Like, you tell me that's not true. You're like, you pull the prank. People die. I'm like, oh, okay. Hi, Jake Paul. We see you.
I don't know. That isn't necessarily what Jake Paul did per se. I mean, he just showed video of a dead body, but like, and then just didn't give 5 shits. His apology did not look all that sincere.
Yeah, trust me, we know. Oh, that was good. That was a good one. I'm glad I got that in before the end of the stream.
Yeah, alright. Anyway.
After they went through the white door,
Oh, fun.
Dio and Kay found themselves in the director's office.
Hang on a second. Speak of the babe. Oh god, that means Justin's coming somewhere.
Woohoo!
When they were done there, they headed back to floor A to look for everyone else. They went to the crew quarters first, then to the infirmary.
Also,
Of course, they found
even
Clover
though
and
I'm not
Tenryoji's
forcing
bodies
any
there.
of
Dio
you, but
expected
I'm kind of
them,
forcing
of
some
course,
of
but
you.
he pretended to be shocked.
Okay, there's 2 likes now, but there's 3 people watching. I know I like.
Babe, bear in mind, one of those is Nightbot.
Liking the video?
Oh, Nightbot isn't liking the video. Nightbot just watches.
Babe, baby, stupid babe.
Oh, right. You, Nina, and Chesty.
There you go. So, one of you hasn't liked the video and it's not me, so it's either Chesty or Nina. Like that. No. Anyway, yes. Lamp, brother, give the lamp and the loops. I want the loops. God, now that I think about it, I haven't had Fruit Loops in forever. Oh,
Neither have I.
Fruit Loops are good. Even though, like, I know it's a terrible thing to say and it's kind of like, oh, blasphemy, but, like, TBH, they're all the same flavor.
I mean, yeah. They're just colored differently.
It's just colored
It's a
differently.
fruit medley.
Oh,
that's the flavor
Right.
that's supposed to be. And to be
It's a
fair,
fruit medley, and then you
trying
look
to
at each
flavor
specific
them
color
differently
and
would be
you think it
weird.
tastes that. Well, yeah, but then, Trix does that, don't they? Doesn't Trix do that?
Maybe, because I think that's part of how they're made.
That's
Fruit Loops.
because they specifically talk about the different flavors. They're like berry, raspberry, orange, raspberry. So they're different flavors for each of the colors.
The main thing with Fruit Loops is the entire flavor is supposed to be a concentrated berry medley.
Right.
They don't want to have the individual flavors per se, because that would sort of remove from the idea of it being like this whole cohesive, well-balanced flavor. That's one of the reasons why Trix has such an uneven distribution of all the colors, because certain flavors are much stronger than others.
Right.
So, yeah. Fruit Loops are just designed to try and be more visually appealing.
You know what else are for kids? Or not kids, whatever. Liking this video. Do it. Because Chesty gave his alibi, kind of. When did you start talking about fruit? You didn't... Chesty, have you not been... Oh, God. We've been talking... Okay, so... How did we start talking about Fruit Loops? I don't remember.
Brother give lamp.
That's right. Brother get limp, and then I said, oh, give me the loops, brother. And then I said, oh, I haven't had Fruit Loops in forever, and then we started, okay.
Anyway,
Kay checked them over for anything useful.
and that was when he found the luminol?
Right.
I liked it, says Nina. Okay. I looked away for a second.
That's everything that happened. Do you have any questions?
Well, what do you think? Does a bear shit in the woods? Well, the first thing is Quark's bracelet. Why was it in the infirmary?
Tenmyoji had it. Then when Dio attacked him, it fell out of his pocket.
But why did Tenmyoji have Quark's bracelet?
I told him where it was.
When?
Do you remember when you were in the rec room with Phi and Tenmyoji?
Yeah, when you sprayed us with luminol, right? Sure, I remember
right
that.
After then. When he left the rec room, he went toward the green door to look for Quark. I ran into him at the end of the hallway, where the 3 doors and the switch are. That was when I told him. Look, Tenmyoji. The center door is unlocked.
Now I think about it.
He took off through it without another word.
I did refresh it. It's okay.
That was the treatment room,
Yes.
right? Where Quark was sleeping?
It only took him a moment. As soon as he saw Quark, he ran to his pod and started crying.
Out of relief, right?
Yes. The display on the pod showed Quark's vital signs. It was obvious he was alive the moment he looked at it. Next to the pod was Quark's bracelet. That was how Tenmyoji got it.
Why was Quark's bracelet off?
Took it off.
How?
Aluminum foil.
Oh, goodness. Excuse me.
Aluminum
Did you say
foil? What? You mean the stuff from the crew quarters?
Oh, you found it? Did you know that aluminum foil has electromagnetic shielding properties?
What happened to Phi and Quark? Oh, they left.
Yeah.
Let me explain that better. Because you weren't here or you were doing something. That's fine. So, basically...
Where are they hiding?
No, they're not hiding anywhere. Basically, you all... exposition, finding dead bodies, exposition, running to the AB rooms because somebody opened one of the doors, exposition, blah, blah, blah. You see Luna, exposition, vote ally, exposition, get to the screen, everybody's dead except you and Luna who allied, exposition, Quark, Sigma, and Phi all start to leave at the number 9 door because you all have enough, exposition,
Quark is unconscious at this point, still bear in mind.
Quark is unconscious and being carried by Sigma. Exposition. Quark, Sigma doesn't really give, throws. Well, not throws, but whatever. Gives...
Unceremoniously, heaves Quark into Phi's arms, and then runs back through the number 9 door, back into the warehouse, before the door closes, and... The other 2 don't follow.
Stop talking over me. So now, Phi and Quark are outside, and Sigma's still inside because he wanted to find Luna. Now he's found Luna, and now Luna is talking to him, and we're getting to the end of this ending.
Yeah.
And that's that.
What?
Here's an exciting fact. Your heart creates a bunch of faint electrical impulses. Anyway, the point is that you can detect the electricity that your heart makes by pumping blood. Your fancy little bracelets pick up on that. They're always watching.
Mm-hmm. This is the same thing that heart rate monitors on your finger do the trick. Or like those heart rate counters in like Apple Watches or any of the other fancy ones. Fitbits, that sort of thing. But Quark has to be at least 80 to 100 pounds. You can't just heave that around willy-nilly. Well... Cartoon physics.
But Quark, who has to be at least 80 to 100 pounds, you can't just weave that around willy-nilly.
I just read that!
What? I can't read it myself in my smooth silky velvety voice. I mean, look, it's... But you have to remember, 80 to 100 pounds, it doesn't matter. He's a small child. And it's not like he was running with him or doing... He was carrying him like he was, a child. You carry it... Sigma's a man. He can carry shit.
Wait, so you're telling me the aluminum foil can block the electromagnetic waves your heart sends out?
Yes.
Sends out?
All you have to do is wrap it around your bracelet.
And the bracelet thinks your heart has stopped? Wrapping it around the bracelet? Not even just trying to put it between your arm and the bracelet?
Yes.
Holy shit. It was that easy all along.
Anyway,
But
I
at the
used
same
some
time, he's a
aluminum
kid.
foil
Yep,
to get
yep,
Quark's
yep,
bracelet
yep,
off.
Yep.
Then I put it next to the pod.
Wait, why was Quark in the pod to begin with?
Oh, that's easy. I put him there.
When did you do
Remember
that?
when we were first looking for Quark? I found him unconscious near the entrance to the Golem Bay.
So you carried him to the treatment pod?
Yes.
Were you the one who unlocked the treatment center too?
No, I was not. I do not have the authority to operate any of this facility's machinery.
So it was Zero
That's
Junior?
right.
He reactivated your body too, right? Man, I don't get any of this. Why the hell did he do that? I guess it
Bye,
wasn't really
Chesty.
him that did it. Huh. Alright, see ya, Chesty. He was just doing what Zero Senior and the old lady told him to do. Everything leads back to them, huh? Of course it does. Is Luna deactivated again?
What?
Important business. It's okay, Chesty. I was
Yeah,
saying,
don't worry.
is Luna deactivated again? So, are you going to tell me?
You what?
Oh, never mind, she isn't.
No,
Isn't that obvious?
Don't worry,
Tell me
Chesty,
what this
we're-
project is. Everything that happens in here has something to do with it. Why were we brought
To
here?
play the Nonary Game.
And why were we supposed to play the Nonary Game?
That was part of the project.
Why did Alice kill herself?
Because she was infected with Radical 6.
How did she get infected?
Zero Senior and the old woman did that.
Why?
It was a necessary evil. It had to happen for the project to succeed.
What would have happened if Alice hadn't committed suicide?
Clover wouldn't have suspected me, and she wouldn't have accidentally, killed me.
Then what?
I wouldn't have collapsed, and Dio wouldn't have found my body. That would have meant the confrontation in the infirmary never took place.
In other words, you're saying Clover and Tenmyoji died for this project.
Yes.
Well, actually, it was a tuberculin that killed them, but they were only injected with it because of their bracelets, and they were only wearing those bracelets because of the Nonary Game. If the Nonary Game was part of the project, then that's one more way it killed them.
I guess. If you want to look at it that way.
Now, what about Kay and Dio? Why would they kill each other?
Because Dio killed the old woman. He was worried about getting caught, so he tried to kill Kay before he could find out the truth.
Then if Dio hadn't killed the old lady, what happened in the rec room would never have taken place, right?
Yes.
So let me ask you this. Why did Dio kill her?
So that he could pose as one of the participants.
And why did he do that?
To disrupt the project.
Then why did she let him kill
The
her?
same reason they did all of this. It was a necessary evil. The project couldn't be allowed to fail.
6 people died here. 4 of them were murdered, one way or another, by Dio. At first, that makes it look like Dio's the reason they all died, but that's not true, is it? All of them, all 6 of them, they all died for this project. That means that the murderer, or I guess I should say murderers, were the old lady and Zero Senior, right? Well, I mean, to be fair, Dio kinda did that on his own, but, Please, Luna, tell me, what is this project all about? Who is the old woman? Who is Zero?
I mean, Dio did it on his own, but you forget, I mean...
The cause and effect of the project was something that they figured.
Yeah.
Sigma,
Hmm?
would you hug me?
What?
Oh no!
Instead of answering, Luna wrapped her arms around me and buried her face in my chest. My own arms hovered in the air, confused about where they should go. I swallowed hard and tried to rein in my heartbeat, which had suddenly doubled. I was about to speak when I felt something warm on my chest. Was Luna crying?
This feels nice.
Her voice shook as she spoke. I lowered one hand to her head and began to gently stroke her hair. Oh, Hey, Luna.
Oh no!
What the hell is going on?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
The
She's
ABT is usually held
dying.
in place by muscle fiber, but after Clover gave me the tubocurarine...
Oh, okay. I get it.
Does it scare you? This is what I really look like. I'm a golem. Just a machine. A jumble of metal and plastic that pretends to be real.
I wrapped my arms around Luna and hugged her as tight as I could.
You believed in
Oh
me this whole
no.
time.
Yeah.
You know, there are darker implications about this. Not necessarily darker, but like, think about it. Sigma's gonna be all alone.
I trust you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I wish I could stay here forever. You feel so nice. But I think my time is up.
What?
I've done things I really shouldn't have. Do you remember what you asked me earlier? About if Zero Jr. had reactivated my body? Remember? The truth is, he didn't. I did. I went to the part of the core that controls Zero Jr. and I hacked it.
Oh? What?
Yes, that was the first thing. The second. Do you know what the second one was? If I had really wanted to, I could have saved Clover and Tenmyoji. Then Kei and Dio probably wouldn't have killed each other. That's not all. I could have stopped Alice from killing herself, and I could have even saved the old woman at the very beginning. In other words, I had the ability to disobey my orders. But I didn't. That's the second thing. I broke the first law.
Oh.
I was scared. I was afraid to die. Obviously, hacking the core and taking control of Zero Jr.'s systems is very, very bad. Golems who don't follow orders can become dangerous, so we're terminated if we disobey. You lose access to your body, of course, but everything that's stored in the core, your memories, your consciousness, is deleted.
What? Wait, are you saying...
Yes. Very soon now I'll be gone. Zero Jr. is probably recovering himself right now.
No.
Once he's done, I doubt I'll be around much
Oh
longer.
god, that's kind of actually even a scarier thought. You're not going to be all alone. You're going to be with Zero Jr. for the rest of your life.
Ugh. Welcome back, Nina.
Welcome back, Nina. We're almost
Hi.
done.
I watched
Sadly,
6
Luna
people
is
die and did
dying.
nothing. I deserved this.
Aww.
No, you don't. Even if you had done something, you would have been killed anyway. You can't blame yourself. You did what you could, you're not wrong. This game is what's wrong. Forcing you to watch your friends die is what's wrong.
Luna, no.
Thank you. I'm really glad I met you.
Luna! Luna! It's going to be okay. I'm not gonna let them do this.
Luna.
You're gonna be fine, I promise. Just please don't...
Sorry.
No.
My time's up. At least I get to die in your arms.
No.
Luna!
Thank you.
No.
Goodbye, Doctor.
No.
Doctor?
No.
But she couldn't answer. I squeezed my eyes shut and held her, unable to bear the thought of letting any more of her slip away. Oh.
Oh no.
With one last quiet chime, the music box wound down. I was left with nothing but silence and the cold pool of tears over my heart.
No. We did it. But at what cost? We did it.
Luna and Tears in the Rain achievement unlocked.
Oh.
Phooey.
Luna has died. And now we know for the
39 hours.
Honey, please, this is nothing. Just imagine all the people who also did all the bad endings.
I know.
So we're fine, okay? Up next, in the next, I'm going to say 2 streams, just because of how long this shit takes. Look, we took a whole time getting this ending. I'm going to say in the next 2 streams, we're finally going to finish Virtue's Last Reward.
Mm-hmm. One more ending.
Oh, pulled a sneaky one on you. I'm also back.
Yeah.
Well, Luna's dead, Chesty. I'm sorry. But yes, so... Next week, either, like I said, within the next couple of weeks, we will be done with VLR. Then we're going to take a break for a couple of weeks just doing random shit because too much Zero Escape. But then after that, we're going to come back and finish out the series with Zero Time Dilemma.
Yep. Excuse me.
Anyway, we hope you and, anybody who watched this video in the future, but right now I'll thank Chesty and Nina for being lovely people and being here.
Quick question. Where's the direction of where we should go for Fi's ending? Just because I don't want to have to start over or go to the beginning and then do stuff.
Well, would you think about the ones that we haven't explored yet?
Well, there's a lot of those.
Honey, look, no, stop. There you go. You got your mouse right over it.
Okay, so into the
It's
CDs.
It's the path we haven't explored yet.
I guess.
Anyway, so we're done with this. We'll start now. We'll worry about it. We don't have to choose
Press
now.
F to pay respect. I know. I'm trying to save.
Hurry! Anyway, yes. So we'll be back with. Yeah. Anyway.
That was my sister interrupting, not realizing that I was still live.
A little bitch. And if she ever watches this, I hope she does realize you're an annoying little bitch. But one day you will be my sister-in-law, so you're going to be in my annoying little sister-in-law bitch. What is ugh?
I feel bad for you.
Fair enough. Who cares? I'm marrying the brother.
Alright, babe. Anyway. Yeah. Thank you all so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more streams of the Zero Escape series and other games with me and my boyfriend.
That's me!
And in addition, my solo streams, which I do on Sundays normally. I did a makeup stream on Wednesday, by the way, for those who didn't get to catch it, so...
Which I was never going to be at and bother him, but I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
That's okay.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to fall asleep, but I made sure to announce it so you didn't get worried. And I did wake up, but then I thought, nah, I'm just going to let him enjoy his stream with all his beautiful shaders.
Yeah. I'm so glad they work nicely and everything. It's like, ooh, yay! That might not last forever if I start getting like a drowned farm or whatever going, but it's gonna be far away from home, so that's a good thing.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like and subscribe to this wonderful channel. Plus mine, I upload content too. Wink, wink. My channel will be in the description below. Hit the little bell for notifications on when he goes live, which he explained was every Thursday with moi and every Sunday by himself. And whenever he uploads content, which, At the rate this is going, we'll have our first next coot upload by 2019.
I hope I get more uploaded before the year is over.
God, I hope so.
I gotta fix my video editor. I just don't know how, because I forgot how I did it last time I fucked things up on my computer.
Bebe, this is what Google's for.
That's true.
This is what Google and YouTube videos are for, because then they will help you. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching this long-ass video stream thing.
Yes.
This has been Andrew B. and the Meister himself,
Guy Smith. This is us signing off. Until next time, take care. We'll see you guys. Bye!
What the fuck was that?
I don't fucking know. Bye! And don't forget to subscribe to WoW Presents!
Do you see what I have to deal with, folks? He is so lucky.
What? I'm just a ex-wielding maniac sometimes. There we go. I found my voice again. Bye, everybody. I'm dead now.